So, good afternoon all. I welcome you all to this special session discussion on MA Psychology projects, internship and practicum. And I welcome all my colleagues from Delhi, Professor Swati Patra, Professor Shohaz Shetkolkar, Dr. Monica Mishra, Dr. Swati Gupta and Dr. Ashwin Kumar.
Dr. Smita Gupta.
Smita Gupta, correct. And Dr. Millie Baby, our coordinator, and all our student friends. So I welcome you all to this special session. And this session is mainly meant during this lockdown period that personal contact has been lost. And once you meet personally, many doubts could have been cleared because of this mediated communication. Some doubts are existing. There may be common doubts and some are individualistic. So this session is mainly meant for that. And that's why we have given a presentation little time and for more interaction is given. So we will see. So now I request, I thanks once again all the colleagues. Now I request Dr. Millie Baby to speak about the study center activities.
Yes, sir. A very good afternoon to one and all. I am Millie Baby, Program in Charge of Special Studies Center 36027B. This study center is situated in the state-run institute called the Vasantrao Nayak Government Institute of Arts and Social Sciences, Nagpur. We started this center in the year 2010 with BAG and MAPC program. Slowly, we have seen a growth in the number of admitted students. There is a significant growth in BA program. Now there has been a new program which provides students an honors degrees. We are preparing for that too. There is also a significant change in students' approach towards the study. We have academic counselors from Nagpur University and all the leading colleges of the city having psychology department. Today's meet is organized by the regional center to address the students' issues related to MA Psychology project, internship and practicum. We are joined by Faculty of Discipline of Psychology, School of Social Sciences, IGNOU. And without further ado, I request Professor Swati Patra to speak a little about project. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you all, and very good afternoon to all of you. As we have gathered here today, we will be talking about the project, practical and internship components which are there in your second year. These are three different courses. Okay. So regarding project course, I'll be talking about that. As you all must be knowing that you have your specialization in the second year, right? The three specializations, one is counseling psychology, clinical psychology, and industrial and organizational psychology. And you have the course codes also, MPC 016 clinical, 026 is project in counseling, and 036 is project in industrial and organizational psychology specialization. So in project, you have to remember that you need to do the project related to your specialization only. Okay. Many times we receive synopsis like the learner is of a particular specialization, but the synopsis is related to a different specialization. So that one needs to take care of, that whatever specialization you have taken in your second year, your project needs to be related to that particular specialization only, because that is the whole purpose of taking up the specialization, that you are specializing in that particular course, either clinical or counseling or industrial and organizational psychology, and doing the project, doing the internship and as well as practical in that particular, related to that particular specialization. So a project, as you know, it is a research study. Okay, you have to do a particular research study as part of your project. And two important components of this is that one is your synopsis you have to prepare, and then second you have to prepare the final project dissertation, right? Now, before this, before you start with your project work, there are certain prerequisites also. And what are those? You have to complete your MPC 5 and MPC 6. These two courses which relate to your research methodology and statistics in the first year, one is to complete or clear these two courses before submitting synopsis in the second year. Right. Now, given the current COVID-19 situation, the exemption has been given by the school here that without passing MPC 5 and 6 also, the learner can submit the synopsis. Okay, this is to facilitate the learners. Okay, so and this is applicable for the January 2021 re-registered learners. Okay, so I suppose right now in the meeting here, January 2021 second year students are present. So for them, if they have not been able to complete the MPC 5 and 6, those are in the first year courses, still they can submit the synopsis. So this is to facilitate, but they have to ensure that when they appear for the exam in project, they must have completed these two courses. Okay. So the exemption is only for submitting the synopsis. But after that, before this appear for that Viva Bose, the project term and examination, they must have completed this MPC 5 and 6. Otherwise, this thing will not be considered. So they have to wait till they complete, then only they can appear for the exam. Now, so this is clear that once you complete your MPC 5 and 6, you can submit your synopsis. But for this present batch, it has been exempted. Okay. Now, after that, the main requirement is that you have to select a guide. Okay. So, and in the handbook, if you have gone through the handbook, and here I would like to emphasize that for our project course, for internship course, for practical course, we have separate handbooks. So, as a learner, it is like of utmost importance that you go through these handbooks first before starting these courses. So in the project handbook, we have given like who can be the guide, because the first thing is that you have to select a guide for doing your project. So when you're selecting a guide, you can, if you go through your handbook, there are 3 provisions given there. One is that you can take your academic counselors as your guide. Second, there is a list of approved guides which is uploaded on the IGNOU website. You can contact any guide from there, take their consent, and then do the project under their guidance. Third is that you can, if you are taking any other, like apart from your academic counselor or apart from those mentioned in the approved list, if you are taking any other faculty in any college or university psychology department, then you have to submit their biodata in the prescribed format. And that prescribed format is given in the handbook. In the appendix it is given. So you have to submit their biodata in this prescribed format and send it to the discipline, to us. There is a specific email for this, projectpsychology@ignou.ac.in. So you have to send the biodata in that particular email for getting approval. Okay. Once you get the approval of the guide, if you have taken a new faculty from outside, once you get the approval of this guide from us, then you can enclose that approval with your synopsis and then submit the synopsis to the regional center. Okay. So if you're taking any other guide apart from the academic counselor, apart from the outside from the list of approved guides, so you have to take the approval of the guide first, and then once the approval is received by you, you can start discussing with your guide and then prepare synopsis and submit the synopsis. Okay. Now, so after the guide part, once you are decided on your guide, then you can start preparing your synopsis. The second stage is synopsis preparation. Now, while preparing your synopsis, again, you have to refer to your handbook. There is a specific format given in that. So while writing the synopsis, you need to follow that format. Okay. We have like the title should be there, introduction should be there, the review of literature should be there, methodology, and everything is given there. So according to that format, you have to prepare the synopsis. Now here you can take care that while you're writing synopsis, it has to be original. Okay, because many times you also see that like you take information from different sources, from the internet or from different sources, and just write it as it is. So that should not be, because see, project when you're preparing, the synopsis also when you're preparing, it needs to be original. You have to see which area you want to research on, okay, which area you want to study. So you have to decide on a particular topic in that. Suppose counseling if you are taking. Okay, counseling is a broad field. So in counseling area, which specific aspect you want to focus on, whether you want to focus on students, whether you want to focus on children, or you want to work on older people, or you want to work with children with disability. So which is the sample you want to work on, and also which aspect in counseling you want to focus on. Okay. Whether you want to focus on stress in the school system, or stress faced by the school children, or you want to face and study a stress faced by the working people. So what are this? So you have to study a lot. You have to refer to various journals. You have to refer to various books. Okay, discuss with the guide, and then select a particular topic related to your specialization. And the topic that is selected, that should have research significance, research relevance. Okay. If you just see that, okay, I want to study gender difference in emotional intelligence, okay, that's not a proper research topic. Okay, so that is what to be looked into. So these are like, if you go through your handbook, we have given briefly like how to go about selecting different topics, and also we have given a sample synopsis at the end of the project handbook. That also can be referred to have an idea about how to prepare your synopsis. So main thing is that while preparing synopsis, the things that you need to keep in mind is that you have to prepare the synopsis in the format that is given in the handbook. And also, while whatever topic you are deciding, you have to see that the topic has research significance, and you have taken proper variables to do the study. And then after you prepare your synopsis, you have to submit your synopsis to the regional center. Okay. And once you get the approval of the synopsis, then only you can start on your data collection. Okay. Don't start data collection before that. Okay. You have to get the approval of your synopsis first, and then only you can start on your data collection. So once you do your data collection, of course, you have to follow the ethical guidelines while you are doing the data collection and other things. Those you can refer to your handbook to know about these things in detail. So once your data collection is completed, you can go for data analysis, and then you can go for writing the project report or the dissertation. Okay. Again, you have to refer to the handbook to see what is the format given in the handbook, how to write the dissertation. So you have to follow that format. Okay. And then once your dissertation is completed, you need to submit the dissertation to your regional center for evaluation. And regarding the term and examination or the evaluation of the project, you have to fill up the exam form. When the exam form is out, you have to fill up the exam form for appearing in project. And there is a prescribed course fees also, exam fees also, which you need to submit. Okay. So these things, you before appearing for project Viva, you need to ensure that you have completed your dissertation, submitted to the regional center, and then you have to fill up your exam form and pay the exam fees. Then only you can appear for Viva. Now regarding project examination through the form of Viva Voce, it is held at the regional center. And then we have given a deadline that if you go through the handbook, the timelines are given. For example, if you're January 2021 batch, you can appear for your project examination in December 2021. Okay. And for that, the last date for submission of project is November end, 30th November. So by that time, you have to submit your project dissertation to your regional center, and then accordingly, the regional center will provide you a date on which the Viva Voce will be held. Usually, for the December term and examination, the Viva Voce is between January 1st to February 14th. And this date range is common for all practical, internship and project also. So accordingly, you can appear for the Viva on the scheduled date. And here the pass mark is 40. The pass percent is 40% in project. It's also the same for practical and internship also. Now, one more thing here, that suppose a student is not able to complete, not able to pass project. Okay, if the student fails project course, then there is no re-evaluation here, and there is no re-examination here. The student has to do the project afresh. That means they have to start right from the beginning again, taking up a new topic, preparing synopsis again, then synopsis approval, and the whole process will continue like that. Okay. So I think this is in, and also, yeah, one more point here is that we have given specific evaluation schemes in the handbook. Okay. So for the project evaluation, there are two components. One is dissertation evaluation and then the project viva versa. So you have 70 marks for dissertation and 30 marks for the viva versa. Okay. So it is a like, and also within that 70, you have different components. For example, for the review of literature, you have marks. For the methodology, you have marks. For the data analysis, you have marks. So like that. So when you are preparing your dissertation, take care that you have written all the components. Of course, if you follow the format that is given there, it will be ensured that you have written all the aspects. And also, while preparing for the viva versa, also you can prepare accordingly. Okay, focusing on each of these components. So I think this is in brief, like what exactly is project and what are the what is the procedure that we follow while doing the project. So I think I'll end it here, and then maybe we can take up the questions later on. Okay, so thank you. You are not audible.
You have to unmute. Millie baby, you have to unmute.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much, madam. It was a vivid explanation. Thank you so much. Now, I would ask Professor Suhas to speak a little about internship. Thank you, madam.
Not audible, Millie baby.
Still not audible, madam. Hello?
Thank you, Dr. Millie baby.
It's audible, don't worry. We have
Okay,
It is audible. Yeah. So, good afternoon, friends. I'm Suhas, and I'm going to discuss about, yes. So, I'm going to discuss about a very important component, that is internship. As you know, in MA second year, you have three main components. That is, first of all, there is internship, there is practicum, and then there is project. So, as far as internship is concerned, you have to remember that it is a compulsory course. So, there is no exemption from this course. And mainly, again, you know, as is with the other courses, that is project and practicum, internship also is to be carried out by you based on the specialization taken by you. So if you have taken clinical psychology, then you will do your internship based on clinical psychology. If you have taken industrial and organizational psychology, then accordingly you will carry out your internship. Now, if you look at the credits of internship course, they are the internship course is of 8 credits. And 1 credit is equal to 30 study hours at IGNOU. So accordingly, the internship is to be carried out for 240 hours. Okay, so this is very important that you have to remember. Okay, so the internship at MA level, it is to be carried, it is of 8 credits, and the overall period of internship should be 240 hours. Now, this remains same whether you carry out regular internship or you carry out online internship. So it is not so that for online internship, the hours have reduced. I am going to discuss about online internship little later on. But then this is very important to understand that the hours or the credit of the internship remains the same. Okay, so this is very important point. Now, as Swati also has stressed, it is extremely important that you read the handbook. You know, being a learner of distance education, it is very important that, you know, whatever that is information that is given to you, the program guide, the handbook of project, the handbook of practicum, handbook of internship, you have to read it properly. You have to understand it properly. Why? Because all the information has been clearly given in these handbooks. Now, besides that, we also, what we do is from time to time, we update a lot of things. Like, for example, because of this COVID-19 situation, you know, we have introduced online internship. Now, what will the university do to reach its learner? We are going to display the guidelines and all the information on the website. So it is requested that not only you read the handbook, but then you also refer to IGNOU website and RC Nagpur website from time to time. You know, and further, we also keep on having these kind of orientation programs and kind of these programs on internship project and so on Gyan Darshan and Facebook and so on. So please be updated. You know, the schedule is normally available on the website. So, and also remember to refer to authenticate website. Don't go to any other website, IGNOU for you and help and something like that. No, refer to only IGNOU website. Okay, even if the online guidelines are given anywhere else, please don't refer to them, because what we do is the revised or updated guidelines, we will only display it on our IGNOU main website, okay, and maybe your regional center website. So please ensure that. Now, as far as your regular internship is concerned, the procedure clearly again has been given in your handbook of internship. So first of all, based on your specialization, you have to, and also the criteria that is given in the handbook of internship, you will have to select an agency, an organization where you want to carry out internship. That particular organization has to fulfill the criteria, and once that is done, then you have to take an approval from your academic counselor. The academic counselor has to say, okay, this is all right. After that, only you will continue with your internship, and throughout your internship, ensure that you keep in touch with your academic counselor. One very common question that I receive on my internship email is, who is academic counselor? The academic counselors are teachers at your study center. These are approved by discipline of psychology, okay, and they are approved for your study center. So you can only take these teachers, these approved academic counselors, as your academic counselors for your internship, and ensure that you keep in touch with these academic counselors, because they are going to evaluate you. Okay, there is an evaluation component of 30 marks. So, it is not possible, like, for example, you carry out your internship and then go to academic counselor and then say, you give me marks. The academic counselor will not give you marks, and it is completely unfair. So as learner of distance education, you have to be, first of all, be aware. At the same time, you are responsible, because when the guidelines have been clearly stated in the handbook and in, the updated guidelines on website, for example, you have to ensure that you follow all these guidelines. So once, you start with internship, you are interacting with academic counselor. At the same time, you are interacting with the agency supervisor. Now, in this case, the agency supervisor is the person at the organization who is going to help you out. So again, who can be an academic counselor is also given in the handbook of internship. For example, the person has to be a psychologist, except in case of industrial and organizational psychology, where the person can also be a human resource manager. So all these details are clearly stated in the handbook of internship, and the agency supervisor also is going to evaluate you for 30 marks. So ensure that you carry this internship out very sincerely, and because then it is going to give you all the hands-on experience, and you will develop that knowledge as far as the subject matter is concerned. So once your internship is complete, of course, you're going to work on the internship report. And in this case, you have to remember about how to present your report. It is very important. Always remember that, all the hard work that you put in will be of no use if you don't present your internship report, or for that matter, your practicum notebook or your project report in a proper format and in a proper way, in an interesting manner. Right. So same with internship report, have a table of contents, have proper page numbers, all the certificates that are mentioned in the handbook are to be included in the internship report. So prepare it in a systematic manner, prepare it in a presentable manner. So this is what, again, you have to remember. And once the internship report is ready, of course, you can submit it as the details have been given as per the date and the details given in the handbook, or it can also be uploaded due to COVID-19 situation. The link normally is provided on the IGNOU website or the regional center website, and you can accordingly, upload your internship report. Remember that the reports are not to be sent to discipline of psychology. Why? Because we are not involved in your evaluation process. So that is the reason why you have to submit the report as has been stated clearly in the guidelines. So this is as far as regular internship is concerned. All the details, otherwise as well, the dates when when the viva can be held, all the timeline in similar manner to that of project are given in the handbook of internship. The evaluation criteria as well is given in the handbook, and the passing marks, as Professor Swati has mentioned, are 40 marks, and then again there is no re-evaluation for internship. So all these things you have to remember. As far as online internship is concerned, because of COVID-19 situation, the discipline of psychology had a discussion, and with the approval from competent authority, we are allowing certain batches to carry out online internship. Okay, so far, after revising, we are allowing the learners who have registered for second year up to January 2021 to carry out online internship. Okay, so if you are July 2021, you are not allowed to carry out online internship as yet. But then students who have registered for second year during or before January 2021 admission cycle for second year, okay, you are eligible to carry out online internship. Now, these guidelines for online internship have also been given. If you look at the IGNOU website, on IGNOU website, if you go to School of Social Sciences, and under School of Social Sciences, if you go to MA Psychology, over there the guidelines for online internship are given, and we ensure that these guidelines are updated on regular basis, or if we allow internship to any other batch, like recently we allowed online internship to January 2021 second year batch. So we updated the internship, and all the information is given in that. So clearly the details have been given and what is to be done. Now, as far as online internship is concerned, as I had mentioned, the credits remain the same. It is 240 hours. Okay, because 240 hours, when we say study hours, it is like, as far as regular internship is concerned, it is like going to the organization, taking cases, and also working on the report. Everything related to the internship is covered in that. In a similar manner for online internship as well, it is 240 hours. Only the actual online sessions can be of 120 hours. Right? So the actual online sessions need to be minimum 120 hours for MA Psychology. The rest can be, where you probably refer to certain books, or you are carrying out some extra references, or you are working on your internship report, you're working on, the case and so on. So all that would be covered. Overall, it will become approximately 240 hours. So online internship again is an option. Regular internship with all the safety guidelines that the government has suggested, you can go ahead even till date. Even the July 2021 batch can go ahead with regular internship. There is no problem, but they are not given an option for online internship as of date. Okay. Similarly, January 2021 second year registration, they can also go for regular internship. There is nothing better than regular internship, because that is where you actually learn. You get actual hands-on practice. But then the university feels that the learners also need to be safe. So if you feel that you don't want to go out during this COVID-19 situation, then the option for online internship is available for you. Again, the procedure for online internship is clearly given, but then main thing you have to remember is that you have to take approval from Discipline of Psychology. So we have created an email, okay, that is internship@ignou.ac.in. And you have to send a proposal. Okay, all the details have been given in the online guidelines. Okay, online internship guidelines, and accordingly you have to prepare a proposal in a proper format. Okay, as per the format given. Okay, so you have to ensure that you write your admission cycle for second year properly. Like many times people will write March 2021, or they will just write June 2021. No, your admission cycle is January and July. So please be specific, because based on that also we are going to judge whether your internship will be approved or not. Okay, then you have to mention your academic counselor. Without mentioning your academic counselor, and for that you have to take prior permission from the academic counselor. It is not possible. Without the name of academic counselor, your proposal will not be approved. Okay.
And so the specialization code?
Absolutely. Everything is given in the format. So please ensure that you submit the proposal, okay, in a proper format, and give all the information, the name of the agency supervisor, name of the organization, and also enclose the brochure of the organization with structure, duration, content, everything. Why? Because once we receive the proposal from you, I'm going to forward it to my faculty members. I am not the one who is deciding about whether the organization is all right. I forward it to the faculty members, and the faculty members will discuss, and they will give their suggestion. Okay, we find this as appropriate for the student. We don't find this appropriate. This is missing or something wrong. So accordingly, we will give you an approval. So please ensure, because if you don't submit a proper proposal, then what happens is again we are emailing to you. Again, again you have to email back to us, and so on. So if you are particular, if you spend some time reading the guidelines and then preparing a proposal and sending it to us, then we will save, both of us, we will save a lot of time. Okay. So please ensure that, if you are interested in online internship, then you submit a right proposal, okay, and give us some time for discussion, because it is, we take 4-5 days at least if it is a new organization to discuss whether the structure is adequate or not, and then we are going to reply to you. And based on, again, remember, because it is online doesn't mean that you're not going to be in touch with the academic counselor. You have to be in touch with the academic counselor as well, because they are going to evaluate you, and you're going to be in touch with the agency supervisor as well. And then later on, once the whole, your internship is complete, online internship is complete, you are going to prepare an internship report, for which, again, the details have been given in the online guidelines. Okay, the details of evaluation, because little bit the evaluation will vary, though the marks remain the same. The internal evaluation is of 30 marks by agency supervisor, and 30 marks are to be given by academic counselor, and the viva voce will be of 40 marks. Okay, so all these things are clearly given in the guidelines if you refer to them. Passing marks remain 40, and please ensure don't send us the reports. Okay, reports are, and the marks as well. The marks that are received from agency supervisor and the academic counselor, they are to be submitted to the regional center, or they can also submit directly to the regional center, or if they are handing over them to you, please they should hand over in a sealed envelope, and the same can then be submitted at the regional center. Okay, so, and term and examination is similar to that of project, as Professor Swati Patra has mentioned. Your term and examination dates will be decided by the regional center, and they will organize your viva voce or the term and examination. So please be in touch with your regional center in this regard. And at the same time, you also have to ensure, that before you appear for examination, that you have paid the examination fee, and that your report also is ready and, is been evaluated by the academic counselor and the agency supervisor. So, so far, this is it that I have to discuss as far as your internship is concerned. And I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions, and we are here to answer them. Thank you so much. We can't hear you, Dr. Millie. We cannot hear you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, not an issue.
Thank you, Suhas madam. And now I wish to call upon Monica madam to speak about practicum. Thank you so much.
Thank you. At the outset, I would like to thank the regional director as well as the study center coordinator for organizing this event, because this is much required. Being a practical subject, we should often meet and discuss the issues that come on and off. Practical, as already mentioned by my faculty members, that it is a mandatory course. In the first year, the students must have conducted, or many times we are seeing that the theory courses are completed, and MPCL 7, that is the first year, is completed in the second year when they re-register for the course, for the program. So most often, both the MPCL 7 and 14/24/34, they are attempted at one go, right? But there might be also students who must have cleared or completed this particular course, that is MPCL 7. Why I'm saying this is because if you see, during the pandemic, we came out with the online practical guidelines. We have listed few online practical activities which are uploaded on the university website, ignu.ac.in. And I would like to know after this discussion, like what is the status, whether you have completed or not completed. So let us go one by one. First of all, I am taking it that you are all of the second year. You have come into second year, re-registered for the second year. So you have one practical course. Project and internship have already been discussed. For the practical, this is MPCE 14, 24, and 34. You know that there are 3 specialization groups. As per the specialization groups, you are going to opt for the course, right? 14 for the clinical, 24 is for the counseling, and 34 is for your OB, organizational IO psychology, organizational industrial psychology. Now, as a student of psychology, I would suggest that you should be reading the handbook on practicum before doing the online practical guidelines as well. If you have not completed MPCL 7 also, I would suggest that you read the Practicum handbook, because it has been, and I am reiterating it again, as has been, suggested by my seniors. The handbooks are a must. Like you have read the handbook of the project or the internship. Similarly, in a similar manner, you're going to read the handbook on Practicum. If you have not completed first year, then you're going to read it first, and then you're going to attempt the online activities, because we have listed the online activities also. Secondly, for the second year, you are going to read the handbook on Practicum, and then I'll come on to that. The thing is, if the study center lab is started to function, I'm not aware of the situation how it is there in Nagpur, but if, say, for example, if the study center plans to open the labs, okay, in that case, the practical will be done in a face-to-face manner, keeping in mind all the COVID protocol, whatever the precautions are there. If not, that's of course not a mandatory or a compulsive activity compulsion. The students are supposed to do it, complete the online practical activities, right? So, but for that handbook, reading the handbook, because there actually the overview of the course is given as per the specialization. So as a faculty, I suggest that you read the handbook before attempting the online practical activities. This is of 6 credit, MPCL 7. In the first year is also of 6 credits. In the second year also, it is of 6 credits. And these guidelines, if we say the online practical guidelines, they have been uploaded on our university website, and it is categorically, it has the activities related to the specialization groups. For example, we have MPC 14, in that we have about 5 activities. If you see, we have the Big 5 personality test. This is a computer-based test that you can attempt. Then we have a video on Rorschach ink blot test. Then we have a survey. We have a case study. So like this, we have arranged it for all the groups, that is the counseling group also, and in IO psychology also. Actually, the interesting part of these online activities is that they are quite reflective. If you read it one by one, they are reflective and open-ended exercises. Though we have made a provision that you can conduct them under the guidance of the academic counselors, but since they are so simple and open-ended, you can attempt on your own also. However, it is, if the classes, we have suggested 2 sessions for it, right? Under the guidance of the academic counselor, it would be good if the sessions are conducted, and before, going for the session, it is suggested that you all attempt once or read or go through the links once again, and you can come up with your queries and whatever your doubts are in the session. So it becomes very easy for you to attempt the exercises. Also, in the exercises, if you see, and in the front note, how to write, everything is mentioned, right? It has to be in your own words. You can refer to extra material also. And this is all related to your online practical guidelines, right? You can refer to extra material, and of course, our IGNOU syllabus, our IGNOU course books are there, but I have given you certain exercises that are outside the books, right? For this, you need to explore online or offline resources also, for which you are going to mention it. There is a separate reference section, as already it is there in the note. You need to write, because you are in a habit of doing it, right? For example, in the project, there is a reference section. So you know how to do it. You have read IGNOU study material. In the end, you have the references. You know how they are written. You also have it in your research methods course also, the APA style. So follow that and write it, make a separate section, and you can write all the references that you have referred to in that section for all the different activities that you're going to carry out. For example, there is an enhanced survey, for example, right? Or example, there is a video on Rorschach. So you can always explore the journal articles for it, or any other, and authentic sources, because that you have to maintain that. As Dr. Suhas, she just mentioned that you need to go to the genuine university website, that is ignu.ac.in or the regional center website. In a similar fashion, you need to go to genuine websites for, referring to various activities. And by genuine, I mean, for example, there are certain textbooks uploaded, there are certain journal articles, there are also good material that is uploaded by different universities as such, right? So also we have our own material, that is, of course, you must be aware that now we are coming up with new courses. You can always refer to that also, right? At eGyan Kosh, you can always refer to the other content that is available for you. So you will have an understanding of the different activities in a better manner. And we have given this option that there are 2 sessions to be organized for this. We also have given evaluation methodology. So you go, read this. You should also be well versed with it, how you are going to be evaluated, because we have Viva Voce for it, right? In the term and examination, we are going to have Viva Voce. So now, what is the difference between the offline and the online thing? Like offline meaning, when I say offline, it is your lab-based, face-to-face mode, right? There in the exam, what has to be done? On the exam day, you are going to conduct an experiment or administer a test, right? Followed by you write it in an answer script, whatever your practical is there, and then finally you are evaluated by an external examiner, right? That is the Viva Voce. So all in all, the conduction, you're writing in the answer script, and the Viva Voce, they are all a part of that evaluation scheme. Mind you, this is the same pattern that we follow in the conventional system. Now what is happening, if you're doing it in the online mode, if you see, we have just the conduction, how you've written the activities, that will be evaluated by the academic counselor, followed by an interview. Viva Voce, not an interview. Viva Voce. Now, this Viva Voce, again, that is your term and exam. This will be done through the online mode, right? And if you see here, what is happening is for the term and exam of the practical, it is conducted by the study center, right? So now, since it is an online mode, the study center, of course, will coordinate with the regional center to, they will give you a link and so on. Provided you submit the files in a Word doc, you can convert it into PDF. Then you need to share it with your academic counselor, who is going to evaluate you on that. So this has to be done beforehand. That is before your term and exam, before your Viva Voce. That is one thing. If the situation normalizes, because I'm not aware, because there again the cases are on the rise, but if in any ways, if it decreases and the center feels that we can have it in batches or whatever, because I'm actually not aware also that how many, Millie ma'am will, acquaint us with how many learners actually we have at the center, maybe in the later part of the discussion. Maybe batches can be, but of course, keeping in mind the situation, it can be done in face-to-face mode, and the normal procedure, what we are doing it, we can do it. But since, if the situation is not okay, then online mode is the best, and the activities are there. I suggest to my learners that please, the student should read the guidelines properly, carefully, and then go to the class or the session so that they are more clear about the activities that they have to do, and whatever the doubts are there, they can ask. Yes, ma'am, please.
No, I was just telling, madam, in a batch, can we take around 60 students?
No. I mean, 60. See, you're talking about the online session.
Yeah, for online, the whole class sits, and usually the student number is very less. So we did not think of preparing batches for that.
Yeah, absolutely. See, you know the ground reality better, meaning how many students are there, how many will you be able to cater to? Because in face-to-face mode, of course, we are there, we are sitting and we can ask questions. There also we have a limitation of about 30, if you see, right? Yes. But in the online mode, like you will have to see how many you can cater to, because, the question answer sessions and everyone has to be attended to. Their queries have to be addressed. So it should not be, too many students. I mean, it is up to your discretion, but not beyond like 60, of course. The
Yes.
The lesser the better.
Lesser the better. Correct. Yes. Okay. We'll
because this is actually, ma'am, because this is a practical, basically for practical. So the students should be sticking to this course particularly, right? They should be well versed with their theory part, whatever the three theory courses. With that, plus the handbook and plus the online practical guidelines. If they have read, and I'm sure the counseling sessions must be going on in the courses, so they must be pretty clear of what they have to do, because that is the fun. I mean, coming to the class with their doubts, it is better. I mean, the things will be sorted in an amicable manner. That is because then at times in online sessions we end up getting nothing, but that should not be the case. So that is why I am just my suggestion is you can restrict it as long as their issues are addressed. The main thing is that unnecessarily dividing the batch is also not okay. If they are fewer in number, you can accommodate in one session, in one batch itself. It's absolutely okay. At the end of the day, their issues should be addressed. That is one thing. So I think because right now, ma'am, what is the situation like? We are doing it in a face-to-face mode in the lab, or will be only online?
No. The situation is not very bright.
Right.
Soon there'll be again lockdown. Things are not looking up.
Okay, fine, absolutely. Then there is no question. I mean, the online activities, we have to stick to this. We have to hold the session according to the whatever the students, because all of us are here. I request you all to read the guidelines, but also the handbook, because that gives an overview of the course. Come little prepared to the sessions what will be conducted through the online link, and where it can be clarified whatever the doubts are, and you can always write to me. You can make a file, then finally it has to be shared with your academic counselor for evaluation. This is one thing. And finally, you are going to appear in the Viva OC. That's it. So I think it is not a lengthy procedure. If we take one step at a time, I think we'll be able to finish it in due course of time, not a problem. So now I open this thing for the session for discussion and for the questions. I think Meena has raised her hand for quite some time. We can take her question first. Sir, is it okay?
Yes, madam. Madam, please start. Meena, madam.
Meena, you can raise your question.
If you could just unmute yourself, madam. Monica, ma'am, are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I think the students can also switch on their videos if the wave, bandwidth is supporting, so that we can at least see the faces.
Yes, it keeps us informed whom we are speaking to. Mr. Arode, if there's anything you wish to ask? Garima, ma'am? Hello? Monica, ma'am, are we controlling their system?
No. We can control our system. Dekhiye.
Mr. Arode?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you for this wonderful session. And I'm grateful for Millie ma'am to be there. I'm from Nanded, 10 hours from Nagpur. However, you have been very supportive, and particularly this session has thrown light on all the aspects which really concern being a student of second year. And I'm eagerly waiting for the practical sessions for the second year to be conducted. Yeah, that is it.
Is there any question you wish to ask?
No questions, ma'am. I think everything, almost everything is being covered by you three. Thank you.
Thank you. Madhvi, Meena, ma'am?
Good afternoon.
Yes, Madhvi, madam.
Good afternoon, all of you, ma'am. And yes, it is most of the points are covered by all of great teachers. So thank you, ma'am.
Madhvi, madam, you don't need to, is there anything you wish to ask, even about your fees structure or something else? You can ask.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
Garima has raised her hand.
Garima ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah,
one thing I want to ask is I've paid the fees for project Viva, and I received my approved synopsis late. So I'm still in the process of preparing the report and project report. And if by the Viva's time I am not able to complete my project report, will I be able to give the Viva?
See, regarding project Viva, there are two timelines. Okay, one is that you have your exam in June and then December. Okay, so June exams are being held now. Okay, because it has been delayed. So now the theory exams got over. So practical internship project Vivas are being held now. So, so for that, if you have not submitted already the project dissertation, then you will not be able to appear for this examination. But you can always complete your project dissertation by November end and submit to appear for the December term examination.
Okay.
But I think what Garima is asking is about the adjustment of fees. Garima, by any chance, you mean that also?
Yes.
Yes, if you can clear that also, ma'am.
Yeah, I think there is some provision of during the COVID times. Like I think Sir will be able to help us in this. I think the fees is adjusted. If something of that sort, I think Regional Center will help you out for this.
Yeah,
because these are administrative things. I think Sir must be having idea about this.
Yes, those who could not complete by June, they are extended up to December 21 as a special measure during COVID.
Right, sir.
You can avail that facility. Garima, okay? Okay, continue, Millie, please.
Rakshanda? Rajni?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yes, Rajni. Go on.
Actually, ma'am, I have submitted my synopsis report. My stream is counseling, and I got very late information that my synopsis is rejected, means not approved.
Okay.
And in that the questions actually means why it is not approved, the questions were given. So just I want to know that, ma'am, when to submit it again for the approval. I have worked on that point which is mentioned in that and again I have to submit it. So when I have to submit it, and what means for the approval, and how much time I'll get to submit my project final one, or when I'll get the approval of the synopsis, because it becomes already very late.
So, Rajni ma'am, what you can do, if you've prepared the new synopsis, you can submit us on Friday, Saturday, Sunday when we are working, okay? And once we've collected enough synopsis, we'll send it to the evaluator.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Rakshanda?
One more question, ma'am.
Yes.
Excuse me,
Yes,
ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Actually, now we have got the date for that practical and this one internship and project Viva. Viva. So, as if my synopsis is not approved, means I have not started the project, but I'm clear with my concept. Can I attend the Viva? No. Yes or no?
No.
The requirement is that you have to complete your project.
Okay.
Then only you can appear for examination.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Rajni, if you see the evaluation scheme, 70 marks are for the report.
Voice is hello, ma'am?
70 marks are for the report. In that case, what you will do with your idea?
I know that, but all of a sudden it came to my mind. So because all are here, so thought to ask.
Yeah, it's better. Okay. Now my next question to you, Rajni, is you have got the practical date. You have done your practical.
Yeah, ma'am. I have submitted my practical to the
online
center
mode
also.
Or offline mode?
That is online, ma'am.
Okay, so that
I
means
have submitted my hard copy also to the. I have sent it through the speed post. I have submitted to the regional my study center also, and I have submitted through the online also.
Okay.
Mail it also.
So you have conducted the online activities.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You have done it, or you have copied it from somewhere?
No, ma'am, I have done that. We have got the link of YouTube link. I just saw the link and I just prepared the questions. That is
Good,
there,
good.
and I took the help from my guide is here. I'm from Raipur, ma'am. I'm just from Chhattisgarh.
Okay.
And actually I go to the Nagpur for my first year practical center. After that the lockdown came.
Right.
And actually here the university, Pandit Ravi Shankar University is there. In that the psychology department head, Dr. Meeta Jha ma'am is there. So she's helped me. I know her very well, and as a family.
Great. I'm not doubting.
She's helping me. Actually, if I find any difficulty or face any difficulty, I just ask her, ma'am, please correct me, or if anything is there, then please correct
me. And your academic counselors at the study center?
Ma'am, actually, academic counselor from the study center, I tried so many times to those who are the prescribed faculties are there, but they told me we are already full and will not take any other students now. You can approach me to the next batch, this and that. So it becomes very late for me because I don't have time to wait for the next batch.
Absolutely, I agree, and that is why we have given this option that apart from the academic counselors, other faculty can be your guide, and this is the reason.
That's why I'm just doing it under this
not a problem.
University psychology department head, HOD she is, and I'm doing in her guidance.
That's good. Carry on.
I took the approval from the ma'am also, that Swati ma'am also I took the approval.
Absolutely okay. Absolutely.
Okay. I took the address from the Millie ma'am only. She only gave me the address to take the approval, and I just took the approval and I have shared.
That means you are not reading the project handbook, na? Jisme Swati ma'am ka address there rakha hai.
Actually, it is there, ma'am. Actually, online and offline, ma'am, there is a confusion because we got that online something is different guideline, and offline something is in the book. There is something changes are there. That's why I've got confused, and moreover, the time was also not in favor of me. Maybe that is the reason.
Fine.
Because last year, actually, I'm sorry to say that I've lost my husband, so that was very crucial time for me. So that is anyhow I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I'll share Millie ma'am. I'll this week or next week I'll share my synopsis to the Morris College, that is of regional center, our study center. Okay, yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Sanket, Mr. Sanket.
We have Ajay ji raising his hand.
Ajay ji?
Ajay.
Yes, Mr. Ajay, please ask. Please.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Millie ma'am, I asked question where to submit synopsis, regional center or study center at Morris College?
Submit it to us at the study center.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
In case we are not there, you can submit it with the guard. We'll submit you the acknowledgement later on. Okay? We work only on Friday, Saturday, Sunday for IGNOU. Otherwise, I am here in the campus, but it is difficult to find me. Okay? So you may just submit it with the guard. I collect it from him. If there's anything else, Ajay?
Yes. My practical MPC 007 exam is 25 September. So whether it is online or offline?
Online.
Online?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Ajay, you have completed your practical?
Yes, ma'am.
Online?
Yes, online.
Okay, great. Then your exam will also be online.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you.
Alfreda?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Gracie Anthony. Ma'am, actually, I have to complete my MPC paper 6 and 5 and 6. I have to complete. For that, I have applied. So, second year also, I have applied, got the materials. So, I am attending the classes. So, I have to start to work on practicals and other things, ma'am, now.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You are here just to listen to what others are saying. You're not going to appear for the exam.
No, ma'am, actually, I have to complete my first, fifth and sixth paper of first year.
Okay.
And then I will start my second year. Assignment I will submit now. Then practicals, everything I will go through it and I prepare accordingly, ma'am. As per it.
You're not in Nagpur?
I am in Nagpur, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am in Nagpur. Yes. Thank you.
Excuse me, Millie ma'am. Excuse me, Millie ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, as if I'm from Raipur, can I submit it online, my synopsis report?
Rajni, madam, बोल रहे हैं?
Yes, ma'am.
आपको online करना है? Yes, yes, you can go ahead and do it. You have our Morris.
Yes,
email?
yes, that. Yes, ma'am.
Send it to us. Send it to us.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Vaishali, madam. Monica, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, Vaishali. If there's anything.
Yeah. Ma'am, I have given my TET exam in August, and I have paid the fees for TET as well as practical project and internship. But I got my approved synopsis late, so I could not submit my dissertation. Can I give the viva on 18 September?
No, not without submitting a project.
Okay, but when I will submit my dissertation, means viva will be in January. That time again I have to pay the fees for it.
नहीं वो अभी sir just mentioned that the fees will be adjusted, na? Fees will be the TE. And what is TET you were referring to? Is it TEE?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Your fees will be adjusted. Don't worry about it. Try, focusing on your dissertation and try to complete it.
Yeah.
And without the report, how you all are thinking of appearing in the viva mostly? Tell me. 70 marks is of the report. What will happen to that?
No, without the report, it is out of question that you will appear for the exam. And with regard to your term and examination fee sheet, this is a university policy. Okay, so it will depend whatever the university decides. It is not also up to the regional center. It will be decision taken by student evaluation division, and it will be put up on the website. Generally, if you kind of pay the fees and you're not able to appear for your term and examination, you have to again pay the fees. Okay, but
this time it has been.
अगर वो policy है, अगर that policy is there, the notification is come, please check the website and be in touch with your regional center. Only then you don't have to pay the fees. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Many times, the learners also have a question with regard to whether the internship report is to be typed or handwritten. So I just want to remind them that even in the handbook of internship, we have not mentioned whether the internship report is to be typed or handwritten. It can be either ways. Though due to pandemic, since you are uploading the report, typed one would be a good idea. Because then, the person who is evaluating your report will be in a better position when you scan. Sometimes the scan is not proper, so you can, but there is a complete freedom. Okay, as far as project is concerned, it needs to be typed. Okay, as far as internship is concerned, there is nothing like that it is to be typed or not. But then if you're kind of submitting it online on the link, better it can be typed. Okay.
Okay, madam. Okay, thank you. I think we're done with the questions.
Garima has raised her hand, I think.
Garima?
No, ma'am, it was, I have already asked a question.
Meena.
Ajay? Yes, Ajay?
हाँ मैम, ये ऑनलाइन इंटर्नशिप या रेगुलर इंटर्नशिप के लिए कोई एजेंसी है क्या स्टडी सेंटर में कि जहाँ पे आप रेफर कर सकते हैं हमको?
हाँ, ये ऐसे रेफर करना मुश्किल है। आपका कौन सा है? काउंसलिंग है, क्लिनिकल है?
काउंसलिंग है, काउंसलिंग है।
काउंसलिंग में आप स्कूल्स में जा सकते हैं ना?
पर अभी स्कूल बंद है मैम, पेंडेमिक के कारण, इसकी वजह से वो कर नहीं पा रहे हैं हम, तो ऑनलाइन फिर ऑप्शन करना है।
नहीं ना, हमारे पास ऐसा कोई लिस्ट नहीं है जिसको हम आपसे शेयर कर सकें।
ओके।
आई वुड मैं ये सजेस्ट करूंगी आपको, एक तो आप क्राइटेरिया देख लीजिए, इंटर्नशिप हैंडबुक में दिया गया है, उसके बेसिस के ऊपर बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस है, स्कूल्स क्लोज्ड है लेकिन देयर आर एनजीओज, राइट? एनजीओज तो खुले होंगे, आप वहां भी ट्राई कर सकते हो, थोड़ा आपके बैचमेट्स जो है, क्लासमेट्स है, उनके साथ इंटरेक्ट करके आप वो भी फाइंड आउट कर सकते हो, राइट? सो वन थिंग इज दैट। और दूसरा, अगर आप जनवरी 2021 से पहले अगर आपने सेकेंड ईयर में रजिस्टर किया है तो आपके पास ऑनलाइन ऑप्शन भी अवेलेबल है, तो यू कैन गो फॉर आइदर। ठीक है?
ओके, थैंक यू।
ओके, या
Any more students? They have any doubts?
मीना मैडम बोलिए ना। मीना मैडम, हेलो, मिस मीना कोठे। Rajini, you still have doubt?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Okay. Then I think we're done with the questions. Monica, ma'am, should I wind up?
Yes, ma'am.
Any concluding comments by our colleagues from Delhi? Suhaji, Monica ji, or
we would just like to say that whatever doubts we have tried to clarify, but then if there are any other doubts, then our contact
I think
details.
so there is an internet issue from our side.
Okay.
Yeah,
so the contact details are available. Our contact details are available on IGNOU website and the School of Social Sciences. Please feel free to get in touch with us on our emails, and we also have psychology@ignou.ac.in for all the learners. Plus there is a project psychology@ignou.ac.in for project. There is internship@ignou.ac.in for internship. Similarly, I suppose for practicum as well, there is an email address which are given on the guidelines. So please do approach us in case of any doubts. But please remember, that you need to be aware whom to contact for what. Like, for example, if you ask the faculty members why we have not received the material, we are not in position to answer. Okay, so you need to know, who is the right person. And again, that also is given in the program guide or your prospectus. Okay, so please study your IGNOU website a bit. Okay, and then you will get an idea about this.
Yeah, that is why I'm reading the guide as well as reading all the handbooks, practical handbook, project handbook, internship handbook. These are, very much important, because every session we take, we always tell our learners that go through the handbooks first, and then most of the queries will be cleared. So that's the first thing. Being a distance learner, reading is the first important task actually here. So we have to be convenient with reading in the print. Okay, this thing. Usually we say that, okay, when we talk to people, we get the information. But here, the information is already there in the handbooks, in the form of the program guide, or on the website through different circulars and notifications. So it is always better to be alert learners and go through these handbooks and different notifications which are published on the IGNOU website regularly. So that will help you a lot. And of course, as Suha said, we all are there. accessible through our emails. So definitely you can always contact us anytime.
I should compliment our psychology faculty because all the guidelines are very clear, and there are separate booklets for projects, internship and practicals and all other things. And I should compliment that they are very prompt in giving response also. So I thank our colleague and all students for taking our time and joining. We will upload this video on the website also, so that those who cannot attend now, they can watch this and get all the clarifications. If still there are any doubts, they can contact. As Professor Suhas has said, please contact the concerned members only, so that you will get a response. Many times they send repeated mails to the unconcerned people and there will not be any response. So be alert in that, and we will be there to help you. So now I request Millie Baby to propose a formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. I wish to thank you first for arranging such a meet. More than students, I have benefited. It was more like an icebreaker, sir. Now that I have seen these ladies, now I have developed more confidence. I can speak to them henceforth. In future, if there's any doubt, I can move ahead and speak to them without your help. Thank you so much, sir, for arranging this meet. Thank you, Swati madam. Thank you, Suhas madam. Thank you, Monica madam. And thank you, Ashwini Kumar sir. Thank you so much. I really thank you all to be here. And you have cleared many doubts of mine. Since you have cleared doubts of mine, I'll be able to clear students' doubt. Thank you so much.